Okay, here it's the middle of June 2013. Homer Cocktail doing some vlogging here. Game 7 of the NBA Finals is on tonight. I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch it. Closure. I think this one's gonna be about closure. I just recently graduated from one of the Claremont colleges a couple years ago. Got a diploma. And when I first started going to the school out there, I liked it. And people seemed to like me and everything. And I had a good time in my life, I'd say, during the 90s. It wasn't just at school. I had roommates in the early 90s. I was working in the pizza place, and I got a lot of my friends' jobs. Before I was working in the pizza place, I was working at selling flowers. You know, this some people did if, you know, you're under 16. I sold flowers when I was like 14, 15 years old. And one of my better buddies for a while, his name was John, and I live here in Fontana. And this guy just recently got into social media. And last time I seen him was in a 2000. Actually, I saw him once since 2007, but the last time that we talked on a regular basis was in 2007. But we double dated at homecoming. We double dated at prom. I got him a job, like I said, selling flowers. I got him a job at Mac Street Pizza. I tried to get him a job at a warehouse. I got many people a job at a warehouse in Ontario. And one of the common things that happened to me, I got 13 people jobs at a Quill Corporation in Ontario. Is one of the guys was Ruben, who this guy had long hair and he was into fucking thievery. You know, we used to go to Fontana Days and they would check cars to see if they're open, and he'd fucking, you know, go in. One time he found a key to a elementary school in someone's car, and you know. Anyhow, I don't hang out with these guys anymore, and we had a weird kind of splitting, you know, falling out, whatever it is. And, you know, I got this other guy, Tony, you know, he's an Asian kid, he went by something else. I got him a job at that warehouse. And for some reason, most of these people, and I tried from my end to get along with them. At Homer Cocktail 076, there was a piece that I did called Stalking Fat Kid. Around the corner, you know, in that direction, about a mile, is where the Stalking Fat Kid used to live. And at John's wedding in 1996, I was in his wedding, and so was the Stalking Fat Kid. And I was having a good time, and there was this other guy that I got a job at a Quill Corporation, and he was working for my ex-girlfriend at Mac Street. I got her a job there. And this guy wound up going like all-American Buddhist. And I suspected maybe racial overtones. It's not that they you look at their Facebook pages and who they friend. And there's some people from high school with Hispanic names. I have a Hispanic name. My real last name's Corona. But you know, my buddy John, like I said, you know, they joke around once in a while. You know, I don't have anything against Mexicans. Everyone should own at least one of them, you know, right? And I started wondering at a certain point, you know, we're warned about it as kids, you know. When I was in elementary school, it didn't seem like people were racist. It's not until you get older. I wonder if that was one of the factors, because, you know, the older I got, you know, some people would talk the talk and some people wouldn't. But, you know, we kind of went our own ways. So my buddy John finally gets into this social media, though. And last I heard, you know, we had a falling out with that Stalking Fat Kid at the same time in 2004. this guy, you know, moved to some place out there in the middle of nowhere, and he was gonna have these orgies, and this guy named you know, the one I was talking about that worked for my ex-girlfriend at Max Street, and I got him a job at Quill as well, and then I got him into the school I went to in Claremont. Yeah, there's gonna be orgies, and he's bisexual and all this shit. And I'm like, okay, man, whatever. And then John's like, hey, man, he's serious. He's trying to have sex with us, right? He's trying to have sex with us, you know? And supposedly he's gonna get married. If you watch Saturday Night Live, Amy Poehler did this really good piece about butt pregnancy. And this girl, she had a pretty face, but man, her butt was bigger than Kim Kardashian's, dude. It's bigger than Coco's, you know? Coco from Ice-T. This girl had a humongous butt. You could probably put a six-pack, you know? They joke around about putting the can of beer on the back of some people's butts. You could probably put a six-pack on her butt. And supposedly the stalking fat guy was going to get married to her, but secretly he was bisexual and all. And that's the last time I talked to that guy. And what some people didn't know, like the Dave guy and the Tony guy, is once every few years, that fat guy gets on a high horse. Like, he's the first one to get a car. So we stopped hanging out with him because he thought he was gonna boss people around. But you know, last night, you know, once in a while I check social media to see who's, you know, been added. That Ruben guy, fucking, he don't got a Facebook page to my best of my knowledge. And some of these people, man, I don't know what happened to the fucking relationships. I really don't. Not only did I get that Ruben guy a job, I saved his fucking job years later because fucking they were about to fire him, you know, at Quill. And we got some union organizer in there, and they protected us for a while. And, you know, eventually I was fired during the leave of absence, and they, you know, somehow they figured, okay, you want to save him? Well, you're fired then. And, fucking, this is weird shit. But I check on the social media, and me and the John guy, we were pretty much, hey man, that fat guy's a fucking piece of shit, dude. You know, somehow the Asian kid liked him, and the Dave guy, he's out there living in Brooklyn. He goes by Buddha Gym on YouTube, has more than 1 million views. Somehow they like the fucker. The guy skipped out on rent for 3 months, $750. And then I let him live there again. He skipped out on rent again, dude. You know? And 2 different sisters lived at that fucking place, man. They both skipped out on rent, dude. And I'm like, you know what, man? Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys, man. You guys suck. You guys just suck, man. But, you know, you think to yourself, okay, man. I grew up in San Bernardino, which isn't far. It's about, 10, 15 miles away from here. And I moved to Fontana when I was about 14 years old. I'd lived here for 1 year in elementary school. And then, went back to San Bernardino. But me and this guy were originally competitive, actually. We were competing for the same position on a junior high football team. Me and that John guy. And then I see that, bam, dude, he added the stalking goddamn fat guy, dude. So he's on the friends list, and I'm like, well, it makes it easier. It just makes it easier, dude. You know? I figured, hey, man, hey, maybe we could hang out again some day or whatever if the situation's right. I helped him sell his truck, and he got mad at me, dude. He told me to sell his truck. He asked for, let's see what we got. Oh, okay, I gotta wrap this up quick. He said, hey, man, I want $2,000 plus takeover payments. And his truck was about to get repoed. It was already in the process. So I got one of my dad's buddies. He was 3 months behind, which was about $1,500. So he gave him $1,500 and $500. And he said, oh, man, I got ripped off. Ah, fucking, you're a loser, guy. Fucking, I was the only guy there when he OD'd on fucking painkillers because he fell off a billboard sign and shit, man. Compresses fucking vertebrae and shit. But that's the way it goes. Alright, man. It's 10 minutes. This piece is called Closure. And, you know, it's my attitude. It's better to find out sooner than later. And, alright. Now we know. Cool. Woohoo!